Hello there, it's me, Gabriel, or at least my voice. I will leave my music face hidden for now, so at first I want to apologize for my broken English, but I believe we will understand each other somehow in some way. So where to start? Perhaps in the fact that I would like to thank everyone for a really incredible response to my work, especially for the Faith animation and the new animation Spirit of Sanguinala. Even that my work has a lot mistakes, you are still give me an incredible response. So thank you again, you are amazing community, thank you guys. So grab you some lunch, coffee or paintbrush with some null oil and let's go. Who am I? A rhetorical question that's probably won't interest most of you, but it's probably appropriate to answer it to introduce you into how things are. I'm Gabriel, and I'm an amateur self-taught artist. My real job is miles and miles away from what I'm doing in my free time. I'm from Czech Republic. If you don't know where it is, it's a small country in the middle of Europe. Look on Wikipedia. It's a land of beer and socks in sandals. So it's all started about 3 years ago, I think, in this little European country, when I first saw one of the first trailers for Death of Hope by Mark Pike. And I won't lie, I was absolutely amazed. It took me by surprise that one person can create something like that. It was really a turning point for me. And when I watch it like for 101 times over, I just think, man, I want to do this too. You know, before it, I have been involved in various types of creative work too, but above all, I was writing. I wrote short stories, poems, about 3 or 4 shorter plays for small theater. I even wrote a fantasy novel book that is now laying in a drawer and taking dust for many years, and it's waiting for my retirement when I return to it. I simply enjoy creating stuff, and mostly I enjoy telling stories. That's really important to me. My friends and I even made the independent amateur movie, The Curse, which for me was something like the first big entry into the storytelling, not only with the words, but also with the pictures. These all were little steps to what I'm doing now, working in 3D animation, creating short films from the universe of Warhammer 40K, because I am really a huge fan of 40K. So with this big hype from Mark's Death of Hope and the experience from my amateur filming, I opened Pandora box on blender.com, and after it I just can't stop. Like really, even if I want to stop for a while and take a rest, I can do it just like for a few days, and after it I had the urgent feeling to get back to work and start creating something new, something working on it. And because I say, I'm a big fan of Warhammer 40K, I joined these two things together. So this is what start for my work of 3D, and animation was in line. First one was the Divine Crusader, my first animation that is now less than a year and a half old, I think. Nothing great, but it was hella fun to do that. Next one was Hunter, the first Christmas special. Now it's a year old, this animation. Another one, it's Plague. That it's true, it is my worst animation for sure, but it was just 2 weeks speedrun because pandemic started, and I want to do something to cheer up people in hard times. And so all of this was like first steps, these little projects, because I was learning stuff with the process of creating something, and I use this experience for animation. The Faith animation. This animation is for sure not perfect, but it was my first one that I planned a little more. I already had screenplay, storyboard done in advance, so I was focusing especially to apply experience and gain new ones from the process of more complicated work. And trust me, I learned a lot. And I hope that this progress can be seen in my latest work, the Spirit of Sanguinala animation. which I managed to do in just a few months between releasing the Faith animation and Christmas 2020. This is all I saying for one thing. I'm still learning all of this: modeling, texturing, sculpting, animating, but even compositing scene or working with camera, lights, sounds, etc. All of it. And with every new project I will get better, because I am learning in process of creating, and thanks to a lot of good feedback which I'm getting from you, I'm learning this stuff. Lots of people maybe want to say this, that I may for first learning for years or take some school and after it start releasing these little videos. Well, no, that's not my style. I just don't want to spend all my time just in polishing my abilities. I take it like painting of miniatures. If you want to be good, you need to paint a lot of minis and show it to others for response, take that criticism and learn from it and try it again and again and again. That's why I, in a lot of cases, saying, hey, it's just training, even if I'm focusing on it a lot. So now I prepare ground for the main things which I want to say. So listen carefully. So now the main question: what is my goal? What is my main goal? As I probably said, my main goal is to tell story. This is quite important, as it will tell many people why I may be not so focusing on models, physics, animation or sounds. These all are just tools for me, and I use them to tell a story. My goal is simply not to have perfect animation like motion capture, or have photorealistic textures or characters with a perfect model geometry. Of course, one day I like to get there, gradually. But, like I say, I don't want to spend my time just improving my abilities, because you can do this endlessly, without to share my work with others, telling them a story. That's why I choose the path I'm going. Gradually work on smaller projects, in which I will always learn something new and gradually improving. Another thing is that I think that a good film, animation, whatever, is not only done by graphics or fluidity of the movements, but by the whole composition of all parts, from textures through lights and camera to composition of the scene and the editing with the music. It's about evoking an emotion in the audience, giving them some idea, or simply entertaining them for a few minutes and seizing their attention. A great example for it are Wire's cinematics from computer games. I mean the old ones. I know, like Heroes of Might and Magic, Diablo, Warcraft, Final Fantasy, etc. Even today, after watching them, you're gonna still feel the excitement they evoke, and the graphics they use are old now. Animation is not so flow like we are used to today, and that's I want to achieve, in time. Tell a story that will be worth remembering. So that's my goal. So that is my goal, I think. And now some sort of FAQ. Those who have seen my work have certainly noticed that my characters are quite talkative. Some have argued in the comments that it's better to do animation in a style of Astartes series, where they don't talk at all. But that's simply not my style, and I don't feel it. I don't feel like I want to copy something just because I like it, or because it's cool, or others do it that way. I believe in some sort of diversity of art, I think, and moreover, in the books, I think Space Marines are quite talkative too, not only among themselves, but also among ordinary citizens of the Imperium. Of course, as in the whole Warhammer, you can have hour-long debates about it, but I just like when the characters talk. For me, it means they are alive, and they are not just some moving pictures. And that's why I'm really honored to work with Voldemort, or Forrest, or Zahanwa, in my last animation, Spirit of Sanguinala. It was a great cooperation, and they really put a lot of work to this and deserve a good prize. It wouldn't be possible without them. So thank you guys, thank you very much. You are great, and I'm looking forward for next project in the future, hopefully. So next one, yeah, some people saying that the scripts are terribly written. They pointing out that they are simple and full of cliches. And maybe it's true, but I have to apologize a bit here, or make it straight for everyone. That was exactly my intention. It is difficult to give an in-depth conversation with a sophisticated path and the character development within a few minutes of animation. It took months of work, and even that you don't always succeed, especially if you want to be understandable by the many people as possible. So I want to keep it simple for start, and with the more experience I can start creating more complex stories with more agile, or how it said, conversation. And trust me, I can do it. Like I say, with writing I had a lot of years of experience. Another thing is that if I remember it right, Warhammer is full of certain simplicities and cliches, which I think is one of the things that is so appealing about him. Sure, you can go under the surface and break down the individual things into atoms, but you can do this with everything. So now the less pleasant things for me. As the works on the animation grows, so do some expenses on it, finances and time. I was thinking about it a lot, and I came to the conclusion that without some help I wouldn't move much from the place. I have the advantage that for the time being I have enough free time, and I have especially great wife who is best support and partner for me, despite the fact that I often reduce her time with me at the expense of working on animation. So honey, you are the best and I love you so much. But that's the world we're living in, yeah? Without the support you will eventually fall. So after this thinking, I finally decide to set up a PayPal button for donates and now a Patreon site. I think now that the Patreon site is a good choice because I can give you something back for your support. But let's be clear, as I probably said, I'm an amateur and I'm not planning to do this for a living, either because my experience is not enough and also because I already have a job that covers my living and it's a job I like so far. However, I can't pull all my finances and time into the animation alone. The main reason why I finally decided to establish this support option is the fact that I would like to be able to repay those who helped me. Now it was dubbing, but it also was professional translation into the English. It will be music. At the same time, there are options to purchase various license of more advanced software or license of sound effects, etc. There is really a lot of it that I can improve with your help, but I will continue to work anyway. And even with a just small amount of this Patreon support, it will be better. But the reality is simply that with some financial help it will be better and it will be faster. Let's face this reality of our world, it's like this. Of course, this is not only a way to support me, because sharing, liking and commenting of my work is the lifeblood of any project in the age of social networks, and it's not possible without it. So I'm very grateful even for this help. In short, thank you for your support so far, because hundreds of thousands of views on my videos, wow, pleasant comments, sober and real criticism and desire to discuss it, great, willingness to put your hand to the work and help, amazing. I got all of this from our great 40K community and I'm really appreciated that I'm really honored. My plans for the future, Grow and improve. Continue creating animation from 40K. Give life as many races as possible, as many models as possible, increasing the quality of the animation through your reaction and discussions, through my working and learning process. Reaching the goal, telling the story that will be worth remembering. I want to work efficiently, the quality versus time ratio, and with your help, I can do it. So please leave a comment. I'm quite communicative, and I like to save a few words with you or join the debate. Share it, please. The 40K community is huge and I can't show to everyone. It's up to you. So if you can, please share it. Stay tuned and watch my progress. Again, don't be afraid to leave a comment on it and give your opinion. If it makes sense to me, I will be happy to learn from it and adjust my work. And if you can and you are interested, support me please on Patreon. Which brings me to the last part, what I am planning for patrons. For start, a few wallpapers from my work in 4K resolution, which I will gradually add to the download. Views behind the scenes of my work and also some fragments of myself, like my tabletop army, my favorite models, my favorite color scheme, my opinions, etc. Surely early approach to my work than on Instagram or YouTube, and really lots of opportunities to participate in my work with your opinions. And over time I will add other things certainly, such as some objects files for printing on 3D printers or something like that. Time will tell. And the first thing I decide to give the patron is a small bonus, like bonus sequel to this video, where I will talk about the upcoming projects which I'm planning for this year, and I will reveal my mysterious face. So yeah, so that's all. Thank you for your attention. I wish you good luck in the new year, and as always, stay tuned, stay safe. I'm Gabriel, and you are great.